In June, the headline said it right out loud. Consumer prices actually fell, down 0.4% in a single month. After 4 brutal years, finally, relief. Except your grocery bill didn't get the memo. Groceries are still up 32% since 2020, and here is the part almost nobody says clearly: they are not coming back down. That 1-month dip was mostly a swing in gas prices. The relief you have been waiting for isn't late. It was never coming. And not because the economy failed, because it is working exactly the way it was designed to. Inflation is cooling. You have heard it 100 times from every outlet, and here is the frustrating part. It is completely true. The rate that hit about 9% back in 2022 is now down around 3%. Officially, measurably, inflation cooled. So why does "we beat inflation" land like an insult every time somebody says it out loud in a checkout line? It's not because people are bad at economics. It's because of what your brain quietly does with the word cooling. You hear it, and you picture the thing going back to normal. Prices easing off, drifting back down toward what they used to be. That picture feels obvious. And that picture is the entire trap. Because the whole confusion lives inside 2 words we treat as if they mean the same thing: the level and the rate. The price level is simply where prices are right now. Inflation is not that. Inflation is the rate, how fast that level is climbing. And the cleanest way to feel the difference is a car. Inflation isn't your position on the road. It's your speed. So when the news says inflation cooled, what they are telling you is that the car slowed down from 90 miles an hour to about 30. Notice what that does not mean. It does not mean you turned around. You are still moving forward, still getting farther from where you started, just more gently. For prices to actually come down, for the level itself to drop, you don't need the car to slow. You need it to go into reverse. You need the speed to go negative. And that has a name. It's called deflation. And we almost never see it, for a very good reason. Broad, sustained deflation means something has gone badly wrong. It means people stopped spending, so businesses cut prices, so they cut wages, so people spend even less. That spiral is what happened in the Great Depression. So central banks do not aim for zero. They do not want prices to fall. The Federal Reserve's actual target is 2% inflation every year, forever. Prices rising, slowly, on purpose, with no ceiling and no reverse. That is not the system breaking. That is the system running as intended. So let's separate the 2 things everyone smashes together. Here is the price level of groceries since 2020. Watch it leap in 2021 and again through 2022, and then watch what it does next. It keeps climbing. Slower, yes, but it never at any point comes back down. Now here is the rate, the inflation number on the very same timeline. That's the line that cooled. It spikes up near 9%, then falls all the way down toward 3%. And here is the whole episode in one picture. As that rate line drops, the price line keeps going up. A falling rate and rising prices at the exact same time. That looks like a contradiction, and it is the most normal thing in the world. The rate is the speed. The level is where you are. And the one that empties your wallet is the level. Groceries are up 32% since January of 2020. Let me make that a number you can feel. A cart of groceries that cost you $500 a month back then costs $661 today. And cooling does not walk that back toward $500. All cooling does is change next year. Maybe it's $680 instead of $720. $661 is not a peak you are waiting out. It is the new floor you are standing on, which is exactly why the politics of this will never feel honest to you. When a politician says we beat inflation, they are technically defensively correct. And it will still sound like gaslighting in your kitchen because beating inflation never meant rolling prices back. It only ever meant slowing the climb. Once you actually see that, two things change. First, you can stop waiting. There is no coming sale on the last 4 years. That 30% is baked into the floor permanently. Second, it changes what you defend. If prices don't reverse, then the only thing that ever closes the gap is income that keeps up with them. A real permanent raise, not a one-time check that fades. Two honest notes. Individual prices genuinely do fall. Eggs, gasoline, they swing hard in both directions. And cooling really is good news compared to the alternatives, which are either runaway inflation or an economy sick enough to produce actual deflation. But the total, the number you feel at the register, does not reverse. So the next time a headline tells you inflation cooled, translate it before it can trick you. It does not mean prices are coming down. It means they will rise a little more slowly, forever. That $600 grocery bill was never a mountain you were going to climb back down. It's just the ground you stand on now.